Welcome to the whole 9 yards Kickoff Edition. In the next few minutes, we'll give you everything you need to know about the NEC's 9 football playing members as we are set to kick off the 2012 season. First, the preseason poll. As they do prior to every season, the NEC's 9 head coaches gave their predictions on what the standings would look like. And when the dust settles on the 17th season of NEC football, the coaches expect the Great Danes of Albany to hoist the trophy once again. But don't count out Duquesne, Bryant, or any other team, because as our coaches repeatedly said during their preseason media teleconference, anyone can beat anyone on any given Saturday. Former NFL All-Pro Chris Valerio enters his 3rd season as the St. Francis head coach. After putting his stamp on the program the past 2 years, Valerio will look for the red flash to take the next step in year number 3. The head coach has handed the keys to his offense over to veteran quarterback John Kelly, who plays alongside the explosive Kyle Harbridge. Harbridge, the senior tailback, averaged a league-high 5.7 yards per carry last season, and he was a National Performer of the Week when he ran for 346 yards and 4 touchdowns in a 50-49 win over Morehead State. The Flash will face Morehead State again this season in Week 3, but first up for Anthony Bowman and company, the number 5 James Madison Dukes in Week 1. It will no doubt be an emotional year for the Pioneers, with head coach Paul Gorham having taken a medical leave of absence. While Gorham's on the road to recovery, longtime assistant Mark Nofree takes the reins as head coach. Sacred Heart has another leader under center in Tim Little. Little emerged from a quarterback battle last summer and wound up as the NEC's leading passer in 2011. NEC fans will get a glimpse of linebacker Nico Sierra and the rest of the Pioneers on national TV come September 29th. Sacred Heart will host Constitution State rival Central Connecticut in its homecoming game on FCS and ESPN3. Wagner head coach Walt Hamline will look to continue his ascension up the NCAA's all-time wins list in 2012. Wagner will honor its longtime legendary head coach during the Outer Bridge rivalry game against Monmouth on September 15th. It's then when the field at Wagner College Stadium will be renamed Walt Hamline Field. If Hamline is to add to his 204 career victories this year, the 3-headed offensive monster of Nick Dosher, Dominique Williams, and David Crawford certainly will help. Crawford, the receiver, Dosher, the quarterback, and Williams, the running back, have not been on the field at the same time since last September 17th, but are all healthy headed into the Week 1 matchup at FBS member Florida Atlantic. It will be the 20th and final season for head coach Joe Walton at Robert Morris. After an NFL head coaching career, Walton signed on in Moon Township to build the Colonials program from the ground up, starting in the early 90s. 6 NEC titles later, and Walton will hand the keys over to head coach in waiting John Banaszak, a former Super Bowl champion with the Pittsburgh Steelers. In Walton's last season as coach, Jeff Sinclair will be the quarterback, and the Colonials hope that he can rediscover the all-NEC form he showed as a sophomore in 2010. On the defensive side of the ball, the Colonials have sackmaster and academic All-American Nolan Neerhoof up front, with preseason All-NEC safety Cameron Chadwick in the backfield. Monmouth carries a 5-game road win streak into its 2012 season opener at Lehigh. Leading the Hawks up against the defending Patriot League champions will be veteran quarterback by the name of Kyle Frazier. Frazier, a fifth-year senior from Maryland, will lead an offensive attack that features 2 Jerry Rice Award finalists from a year ago. The Hawks' defense has its share of playmakers, too, in lineman Mike Upham and defensive back Pat Gray. Also, don't forget about linebacker Danny Sullivan, who, along with Sterling, hail from the Jersey Shore. Central Connecticut is firing up for head coach Jeff McInerney's 7th season at the helm. The Blue Devils are coming off a bit of an uncharacteristic campaign in 2011 when they finished with a sub-500 record for the first time in McInerney's tenure. Junior tailback Chris Tolbert will look to help turn that around, and the Blue Devils hope that Devin Baker can become a touchdown maker in 2012. Picked 3rd in the preseason poll, Bryant is expected to challenge for the NEC title in its first season of FCS postseason eligibility. One of the main reasons why is right here.
It's a dangerous play, so Brown cuts it to the right side. He's into Pioneer territory to the 40, 35, 30, to the 25, and he's going to go all the way for a touchdown. Jordan Brown.
The explosive Jordan Brown does a lot more than just return punts. In fact, he's the heart and soul of Bryant's offense. The Walter Payton Award candidate led all FCS rushers in 2011, racking up 1,815 yards on the ground. Add receiver Jordan Harris to the mix, and the Bulldogs have quite an explosive attack. Duquesne, the runner-up in the preseason poll, is coming off its best year as an NEC member. The Dukes went 7-1 in league play last year, with their lone loss coming to Albany. They'll look to go all the way this season, with veteran tailback Larry McCoy carrying the load. Veteran quarterback Sean Patterson also makes the Dukes' offense rather dangerous. The signal caller threw 23 touchdown passes to only 8 interceptions a year ago and gained over 550 yards with his feet. Then on defense, the All-American safety Serge Kona, the reigning NEC Defensive Player of the Year. No active Division I coach has more wins than this man, the architect of Albany football, Bob Ford. But if there'll be more celebration up in the Capital Region this year, they'll have to do it without quarterback Dan DeLella. The NEC's leader in total offense has graduated, but a number of weapons still remain, including sophomore receiver Cole King. Lining up opposite of King is an all-NEC pass catcher by the name of Ryan Kirshner. The senior receiver, along with his sophomore counterpart, give the Great Danes 2 viable deep threats. Then there's Albany's version of Slash. Senior tailback Drew Smith will also line up under center or out on the flank at times. He can run, pass, and catch. Quite a combination for the NEC's preseason favorite. So there you have it, the whole 9 yards on the NEC's 9 football members. Don't forget to stay with us all season long on northeastconference.org, necfrontrow.com, and of course, the NEC Overtime blog, www.necovertime.com.